Morning everyone. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining me today. I'm just going to do a couple of quick little projects coming on Christmas, and I'm doing a few market stalls between now and Christmas, so I thought I'd get in and do some little projects that are nice for little either teacher gifts or just little gifts for the family. I hope you enjoy what I've got today. Now, we'll get started. I'll do my little spiel at the end with my Facebook groups and everything else. We've got a little drawer easel box here that holds some soap. And I've got this Tilly soap here in Australia. They're made in Australia, as you can tell in the back, always made in Australia. You can get these at any cheap shop. They're we have a little Stacks store up at where I live, not far from where I live, and also Overflow. There's a couple of others. Dollars and Cents. We still have a Dollars and Cents up here. The last time I looked, I don't go down that way very often. And they all sell the Tilly soaps. I think you can get them for about $4 for $10. Which is quite reasonable price if you want to sell a cheap little gift at a market store or just give it as a gift for a friend. And also we're going to do a little post-it note holder. This is my little post-it note holder. Nice gift for a friend as well. Handy to have in your wallet when you need a notebook. I was going to do a pen with this, but I've decided not to do the pen. We'll just do the post-it note today. So this will be a nice quick video. We'll start with the little soap easel box. This is the paper I've used in this one is that A Wash in Beauty. So it's all just used from that. And I've got a greeting out of one of my sets. The cardstock colour is Blushing Bride, but the one I'm going to do today is a Christmas one. So all in the Christmas theme paper. This is Boughs of Holly, which is this beautiful paper here. I haven't opened this pack. This is my second pack. I've just about finished one. It's the Boughs of Holly DSP. Beautiful, beautiful paper. So we'll get started, and I've prepped most of my stuff, so it'll make it nice and quick. Our drawer, which is this little easily bit down the bottom. This is very easy to make. That's the drawer that comes in and out, and I'll show you a little trick to make sure it fits inside your drawer. Now the drawer measures 5 1/4 by 4 1/2, and now I haven't cut or scored any of this, but I'm going to cut a smidge off 2 sides before I score, so that will make it fit nicely inside the surround of the drawer. So off this side and this side, I'm going to cut off a smidge, and I'll get to that in a sec. I'll just go through all these pieces. This is the surround, which measures 7 3/8 by 3 1/4, and I'm going to score on the long side, which is this way. I'll do that in a sec, at 1 inch, 3 1/2, 4 1/2, and 7. Don't worry about writing these down. They'll all be in my PDF when I put it up on my group page. My easel, which is, it sits along the top of the box and up and then down. There's a couple of bits that form this bit. It measures 6 1/2 by 2 1/2, and I'm going to score that piece as well. And then all my decoration pieces. I think I've got all the bits there, yes. I thought I should have had, there should be one more piece, which I shall cut in one sec. There's another piece that sits up on the front of the easel. I'll cut that in a minute. Don't think I've stuck it anywhere. The front and the base of the easel, it measures 2 3/8 by 3 1/8. That's the front here and here. I've got the same pattern all the way through. They measure, and there's 2 of those. So I've used 2 of those. I've still got to cut one more piece, but I'll do that on while I'm showing you. The surround sides, which are these long ones here, they're 3 1/8 by 7/8, and there's 2 of those, one on each side. and then the front of the drawer is 2 1/4 by 7/8. And then my little decoration piece for the front here, I've just got a little Merry Christmas on that, and that will be up in the top of the easel up here. I've just done a circle this time, and I fussy cut this flower. These aren't too bad to fussy cut. They're quite easy. Not a lot of detail, but I don't mind fussy cutting anyway. Now I'll just get out. I know there's one more piece that I haven't cut. The front of the easel, 2 1/2 by 3 1/4. 2 1/2 by 3 1/4. Yep, I haven't got that bit yet. So I'll just get a piece of real red. I'll be with you in one sec. I think this piece will be big enough. We'll just get our cutter out. So we want 2 1/2, which is plenty wide, and 3 1/4. Oh, that's got score lines on it, so I don't want that. Try again. This should be big enough. And no score lines on it. I keep any that I've made mistakes on because you can always cut it up smaller. 2 1/2 by front of the easel, 2 1/2 by 3 1/4. So we'll go 3 1/4 this way by 2 1/2. I thought I had all the bits cut, but that's okay. That's that. We're going to do some scoring as well, and this sits up on the easel at the front. So that's all my pieces. Now we'll do some scoring. We'll start with the drawer and get it done first. And I haven't cut the smidge off. I wanted to show you how much the smidge, my smidge is. So if you want it on 2 adjoining sides. So I just go to the edge of the grey there, and that is my smidge. You only need a tiny bit off just to make it fit nicely in the inside the surround. So one off that side and one off this side, and that's just enough to, so that's my smidge, those 2 little thin pieces. Then we're going to score, and I've got the scoring here. Oh, we want 1 inch, scoring at 1 inch on all 4 sides. Cutting blade out of the road. And I'm using this side of my trimmer because that gives you a nice flat edge at the top here. So we've got 1 on all 4 sides. And we also need to do a little thumb hole punch out piece before we put it together. It's easy, well, it's pretty much impossible to do it after, so make sure I just used a 1 inch punch. So we'll pop that out of the road for a sec. Now we're going to cut up some of these score lines, and I cut before I fold. It doesn't matter which way you go, but I try and keep it uniform by going across this way and across that way. So I'm going to go cut, it doesn't matter which side you start at, and I'm going to notch just a smidge out of there, and just off your tabs you're notching. I'll just get my little dish out. I like to have a little dish here to put my scraps in as I go. They don't end up all over the floor, and it'll just go straight in the bin. So up the score line to that one and only score line, and a smidge off each side. Turn it around 180 and up there, and taking off, remembering to take off the smidge off 2 sides before you do any of this, otherwise your drawer will not fit inside your surround. It'll be a bit too tight. Same with any boxed lids, any boxes that you make. If you take a smidge off the base, it then fits nicely onto your lid. So now we'll fold all of these and burnish nicely. Not sure where everyone lives, but I'm here in Brisbane and it is such terrible weather. I've got a friend coming today. Actually, when you see this video, I'm recording this time. I did a live the other day and I did a bit of a mix-up, so I thought I'd record because I won't have time Monday to... You'll be seeing this on Monday. So, just work out which... we're going to put all our pieces on first. And we want... that's the drawer. We just want these side pieces and the front. So that's those two. They're 3 1/4 by 7/8, and the other little one, wherever I put it, keep losing bits. I'm sure it's here. There it is, the front of the drawer. It's 2 1/4 by 7/8. So we'll put that one on there. Then we'll punch out the little notch out of the front to give you makes it easier to pull it out. I'm going to use my Tombow today because I want it nice and straight on each piece. It'll stand out a mile if it's crooked. And once you stick it down, it's not going to come up. The little one on one end of that will be my front. It doesn't matter which way you put it, front or back. And then the two sides, and they will go down that longer side. Yes, the weather's not so nice here. I know down in Victoria it's really bad. There's flooding down there. This one here is... up here is not as bad. We've got a few days of bad rain. My hubby normally goes to golf, but he had to miss today. He got the last 2 days in, but not today. It's going to get worse. I think tomorrow's just as bad. So that's those. Now, we're just going to eyeball, and I've got my 1-inch punch out somewhere here. So all you're going to do is go probably about 1/3 up from the end of it here, looking at the back of your punch, and I just eyeball each side to make it in the centre. That's about right, and about 1/3 punched out. And that's that little bit there. Then you can put your box together, and I'm going to put it together with tear and tape. Wherever I put my tear and tape. I know I had it out this morning. Here it is, hiding underneath because I was going to use it for my next project. And it's a fairly new roll. So we just want tear and tape on these tabs. This is where I'm going to use the lid of my Tombow. This is a quick way of, I've shown this before. Just get the lid of your Tombow easier than, I like a straight tear or cut, not just jagged. So this way it comes up nice and even all the way around. I'll just put a couple on each of these. This saves you picking your scissors up all the time. If you like a straight cut and you don't want to be picking your scissors up and down, just use the lid of your Tombow and hold it firmly onto the tape. Run it along the tape first, that secures it onto the cardstock, and then give it a quick flick and it will tear nicely. Takes a little bit of getting used to if you haven't done it before, but quite easy to do. I always run my bone folder over them so they stick down nicely. You don't want them pulling up. Then my pick tool, take the backs off these. I'll do 2 at a time. This is a really quick project. something quick for if you're doing this for market stalls. You want something nice and easy and quick. It doesn't take a lot of time. I had a market stall last month. Actually, it was the beginning of this month. And I've got another one in the second Friday in November, which I'm going to. I did really, really well at the last one. Best I've ever done in... I haven't done markets for quite a long time now. That was my first for a long time. But I was so excited with how much I sold. So that's my base, my drawer. And I do put my... I'll show you my other one. I do put my, for when I sell them, I've got little cello bags that I put them in. So it'll go like that. I'll just pop that one in there. This one here hasn't got the bag on it yet, but I'll bag that one up and it'll go in there. I'll just leave that out for a sec. Now, the easel, we're going to score this. We'll just get some of this out of the road. This one here. This measures 6.5 by 2.5. I'm going to score at 3 1/4, which is there. Score, rotate 180 and score at 1 5/8. So 1 1/2 and then 5/8 is the next longer one after, which is 2 little strokes after the halfway mark. That's 5/8. And you can fold those. So that part, that longer part will sit on the bottom and this will sit up as an easel like that. And that piece I just cut, which is this piece here, it sits on the front of that. Then we've got the surround. We'll do the surround next. We're scoring on the long side at 1 inch, 3 1/2, 4 1/2, and we'll move this a little bit. We need 7. Put our arm out and 7. That there is the little tab at the end. It's a 1/2 inch tab there to join it all together. Getting a bit cluttered here. So we'll fold all those and we'll put the DSP. Actually, there's no DSP on these pieces. They all go on the front of the easel section. One more there. Just make sure they're nice and straight down your edges. So this will come in, the tiny little tab, I'm going to put tear and tape along there and that will join up with that. And then your drawer sits inside of that. So just one strip of tear and tape. I'll put the lid back on my Tombow for now. And we'll go with this one. I do like tear and tape for boxes and any 3D type things. It holds it a lot more secure. You don't want it falling apart after the trouble you go to put it together. Just give that a bit of a burnish. Pick tool. This is one of the old pick tools that we used to have. I do love it. Now if you fold this flat so that you've got your next score line after the little tab, fold it on that one, leave it out flat, and then bring this one across. It should line up perfectly. And make sure your edges over here are nice and straight. Give that a good press down, and that's your surround, which that should now fit nicely in there. We'll cross fingers. Oh, I'm going to put the join at the bottom. That's my join there. It will go to the lower. So my easel will come in on the top. Fits perfect, no buckling. You can see that. Now this piece will go on top. You don't put your DSP, so there'll be DSP in here and DSP on this piece here. So we can put that on before we put it together. Let's get all those bits out of the road. I used all the same paper. It makes it much quicker if you can cut it all out of the same DSP, and then just decorate it from there. I should have my silicone mat under this, but we'll just be a little bit careful. So this one will go on the inside of your fold. It's got the little 1/16 border around. Then this, if you fold that flat, and this piece here, if you just put glue where that join is, where the score line is there, and you sit the other one straight on top. Doing it this way makes everything nice and straight. So this one will go on top, and if you line it up with your edges like that and square on top, it's exact same size as the piece underneath that you've made. Give it a good press down. That sits up like that. That will then go onto there, and this DSP will go on the top of this piece. So easy. I could probably do half a dozen of these in probably not even an hour, which is nice and quick. You can keep your costs down if your soap works out. Well, 4 for $10, $2.25, $2.50 each. So then you can keep the cost of your entire project down. So I'm going to, now when you do this, so you can get it nice and a flat base to work on, I turn my drawer upside down. Doesn't matter if it's got the soap in or not. At this stage I can take that out. But if you put your drawer upside down, because you're going to glue on the top of this, and it gives you a solid base because your bottom of your drawer is up the top here. This is more flimsy here. So turn it upside down, put your glue onto the top of that. This will be the top of your box where the easel sits, and just it doesn't matter which way it goes, because your drawer, you're just going to put it back in whichever way it suits, where you've got your notch bit out. So that fits perfectly on the top of that. This is my favourite little soap box to make. And we shall pull that back out. Give that a good press down once you've got it nice and straight. That's another way you could do that too, is take it out and put it flat like that. Then this will go, where are we, this way. And I've put my DSP on the wrong, I've put it on the drawers. I'm going to cut another 2. They should have gone on the surround, not on that. So we'll have decoration on both. I'll just get some more DSP. Looks like we'll open this box. Open this pack. I'm not sure where I've put the cut bits. So I'll just get another piece out of here. I forgot the DSP should be on the surround, not on the drawers. I think I did that with one other one, but it looks nice anyway to decorate it that way. So we'll get this piece out. It's going to get cut eventually. I don't worry about cutting up a new sheet. And we want the the DSP sides. 3 and, where do I get my bit of paper? 3 1/8 by 7/8. So I'll go this side 7/8. This is a good way to show you. 7/8 that way, and 3 1/8. We need 2 of those. The 1/8 is the second little line past the 3. The first one is a 16th, and the next one is 1/8. I work in inches pretty much most of the time. So if you want your DSP on both, looks nice when it's on the drawer as well. I get my, yes, I've got my join to the bottom. So I'll just put these on the outside of the surround as well. But if you just want it on your surround where it's showing, just do it the correct way to start with. So one on that side. This is the main bit you see. But then if they pull the drawer out, it's nice to see a bit of decoration on the drawer as well. I'll just turn that one up the other way. Looks like it's got a pattern there. Slide it along. A friend of mine is doing a workshop or a class, a Christmas card class. Just put that back in there, ready to decorate. And then this piece, yeah, and she's fussy cut. Oh, I don't know how many. She did put a little quick video up the other day showing how many of these she fussy cut. I think I would have let everyone fussy cut their own, but she's a lovely lady. She's done everybody's for them. So this here, just make sure you've got it up, sitting up as high as you need to. I've put dimensionals on the back of my little banner greeting. I'll get that. It works sideways here. I want it sitting up a little bit, not too high, but I'll just centre that there. You can put it up on 2 high dimensionals. I don't think you need 2. One's enough to hold it up. And this here, I'm just going to pop on the front. This little swirl here, I only just got those the other day. They're with the new Fitting Florets collection. So pretty. We didn't get them up front with the collection. They were not available, but we've got them now. So we can only get 1 pack at the moment. I'm just using up the end of this dimensionals. I like to use every little bit, and you don't see that anyway. Yeah, they were not available at the beginning, so I think it was only a week and we got them, which wasn't too bad. I'm going to sit that right in the middle there, up on dimensionals. And that is my little drawer. That's the 2 of them. Beautiful, beautiful little gifts for someone. So, on to the next project. That one was quite quick. This one's even quicker. This is my little post-it note holder, and I've just used a Velcrose dot. You can get smaller dots than that. I didn't have any smaller ones, so we'll do this one. This one I'm doing in the same DSP, different colour. It's in the Fitting Florets DSP, and I've used these little flowers here to just stamp around on this note, just a note. And I also got the just a note out of the Go-To Greetings. The punch that I used here is current Label Me Lovely punch. I just stamped it in the centre. That's all in Blushing Bride. And the pieces I've got here, I only did this a little while ago, so I'll give you the measurements and we'll do the scoring as we go. This piece, this is your complete surround piece that goes right the way around. These post-it notes, I get them from Officeworks because you can get about a dozen or so in a pack or even more. Can't remember the price, but they're lovely. You can get a pastel pack or a brights pack. They work out quite nice. This measures 8.5 by 3.5, and we're going to score at, and I've got it written down here, 1.5, as long as you're long side at the top, cutting blade out of the road, 1.5, 2, 1.5 and 2, 5 and 5.5, 5 down there, and 5.5. The 1/2 inch is the width of, so if you've got a thinner post-it note, you would do less than 1/2 inch there. It's easy enough to adjust the measurements on that if you've got a thinner one or a thicker one. So we'll fold all those, making sure our edges are nice and straight. And this is the front, little tab over the front. And I did round the corners on the front as well. So you're going to do the corner round on the, it'll sit like this around. So I'm going to corner round where your smaller section is, and I've got my detailed trio. I think this one is still current as well. So I'm just going to do this, where the smaller end is. Just going to put that and make sure you push it right in so it's level on. It's bunched up each side with the against the guide. And that's those two. You don't have to round your edges if you don't have the punch. I just thought it looked nicer. So then we can just put all these on. I did corner round these as well with the same punch, and we'll put all of these on. And I'm just going to Tombow them on, make it nice and quick. I'll mention at the end of this, I do have a Facebook page that you can hop on and join. And I also have a tips and tutorials page where all the PDFs for all of my projects go in there, along with the photos of each project. So it'll be nice to, if you join that, I'll mention the names of them at the end. This is a very pretty paper. So we've got these two that line up with the two bigger sections on the card stock, and they fit. There's 1/8 of an inch border around these. So that will go like that. And my post-it note, I've even got a pink post-it note. I'm going to put, I did use one with tear and tape, and it I didn't have it straight, and then when I pulled it up it made a bit of a mess. So I'm going to use Tombow. This is quite strong. It won't come out anyway. Once you get to the end of this, you can always glue straight back over the, just making sure I get this in the right spot. Goes on the one closest to your smaller end, and right flush up against the score lines, just inside the score lines, and even on both sides. Got a little border around each, and that's perfect. That's why I prefer to use make sure you've got it up the right way as well. So that'll go up there, and this one come down here, like so. That's stuck in securely. Now my little, these you just get from the cheapy shop as well, or you can get them online off eBay. You can get all different sizes. And the way you do this, take the two pieces, like so. That's the two sticky sides. Actually, we're going to, I'll hold that on my finger for now. I'm going to put this little tab thing on first. So it'll go there. And I'm just going to put Tombow on the top half of that. You don't want to glue it all over. You won't get your post-it notes out. So holding that nice and straight. And we'll just put that there. Hold that down. That's why I think a thinner, if you can get thinner ones, I think you can, a thinner thing, Velcrose dot. So I'm just going to put this on the bottom of the tab there that I've created, and then close it shut again. I think I'm in camera. Close it shut and just push it down. Just be gentle when you pull it up for the first time. Hold top and bottom. And that's that. All nice and straight. How quick is that one? Handy little gift for someone. Some nice little gifts. If you do market stalls, or even just for little Christmas gifts, teacher gifts, just for a friend to say thanks. Very nice little gift ideas. Now, wherever I put my bits of paper, there we go. I'll just mention these couple of things. My cards by Laura, I regularly post photos of all my projects. I'll even put these up there. I did some kids cards the last couple of days because at the market I sold out of all my kids cards. I had quite a few requests for some more, so I did a bunch of kids cards. They were the last post I put up yesterday. It's called Cards by Laura. It's a Facebook page. So if you hop in there, you can have a look at anything that I've got. If you want instructions or want to know how I did some of them, just pop me a private message. Then also I've got Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. All my tutorials for this type of thing, cards, all my fancy fold cards. I love doing fancy fold 3D projects. They're all in here with the PDFs in the files section. If you go to the top of the group, in the files section, all the PDFs are in there, and there's photos in there as well. So hop on in there, and my YouTube video, which is this is one now, I've recorded and I'll upload it for tomorrow, and then there'll be another one for next Monday. I record and upload 9 o'clock on a Monday morning. It probably doesn't suit everybody, but you can always watch the replay. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd love you to subscribe. It's called Creative Gems. If you hop in there, I can send you, if you're not sure of how to get in, private message me. It's just Laura Strengths. You'll find my name in these group pages. Just private message me and I can send you the link to my YouTube channel. If you could subscribe, I'm nearly up to 100 subscribers now. I'm trying to get to the 100 by Christmas, which I think I'll get there. I only need another 2. And love to see everyone hop on and have a look and leave your comments, good or bad. I know last week's video I did a bit of an oops with the scoring measurements, but I did another quick video after that and corrected it, so hopefully everyone got it right the second time. That's it from me. have a lovely week, and I'll catch you all again next Monday at 9 o'clock. Bye for now.